So let's talk about markups, comments, and leaving feedback within VeryBusy. Um, from our project view right here, you have your thumbnails, you can see folders and such. But to access markup view, what you're going to do is if you have an image you want to mark up, like we go to this one, all you got to do is double click it. Once you double click, you enter into it and you're within markup view. Now from here, you have all the tools you need to leave feedback. Specifically in the bottom left, you have your tools to leave markups. Below that, you have your comment and at mention area where you can attach comments, kind of text to contextualize and give some context to each markup. You can also add attachments, up to 3 files a gig each. So if you need to add art files, mockup files, reference files, all that kind of stuff. Now, it's really easy to get going. We use similar hotkeys to Adobe for zooming, panning, and such. So if you're familiar with Adobe, you should be good to go. Zooming around, we did a lot of work in rendering high-res, color-accurate images in the background, so you can access these very fast, even if they uploaded high-res, even layered TIFFs and PSDs and stuff. But you can get in here and start leaving markups. So since that's green, I'm going to change my color. So you can do call-outs with arrows. I can switch over to, a brush and do some freehand markups if I want to. We also have, the boxes or just straight lines if you need to. Oops, that's a square. Here's a straight line. And then on the bottom left here, you can see, you can add some text to call out exactly what these markups are doing. Nice thing about this platform is when I click on this, it's going to zoom directly into the markup for me. So especially, I guess it's more apparent if I have like a really tiny markup, if you're working with something like really small. So let's say I left that markup. And I send this out to make sure the retoucher actually sees that markup and understands it. Once I click on it, it zooms right into it for me in this little navigation window. I can see exactly where on the image it is. So it's very easy to leave small, intricate markups and have them not be missed and have them be understood and realized to the next round. So we talked about drawing markups, adding comments and attachments to these things to add more context so the retoucher understands what's going on. The next, important thing here is being able to go back through previous rounds, kind of before and after, or make sure that a lot of these comments were resolved round to round. So, for example, I'm going to drop in a new version of this file. So you can see I quickly just changed this this hair tie back to blue. Now, upper right hand, we have this little icon here, or hotkey is Control B, but you can quickly before and after the previous round and this round. So in the upper left-hand corner, kind of upper left, this drop down right after the name, we have round 0, round 1. You can go through as rounds build up. You can go back to previous rounds and compare. Otherwise, this little icon over here or Control B will quickly before and after the current and previous round. You can even zoom in and kind of see these the little details that were changed and make sure things were changed accordingly. Now, on top of this, if you go to your and this little drop down at the top of the comment bar or comment panel, you can either choose to hide resolved comments or leave them to be seen. So if I go to all comments, I'm able to, let's go back to our previous round. I'm able to see my previous comments from the last round. So I'm looking at my most recent image, but I can see my previous comments. So I can go back and double check that against the new image that these all notes were actually done correctly. Now, the retoucher may have resolved these already, but I can still go back and compare with my previous notes against the now recent image. I can go to hide all resolved comments and then go back. So there's multiple ways for you to either quickly before and after and see the differences in current and previous round, or you can go even farther back in the retouching history to compare images and kind of audit the notes that were given and making sure, everything in the most recent version, most recent round has been covered.